Okay, a very good morning to Brazil there, Ed. Good afternoon to all in the UK and Holland and the Netherlands and, of course, South Africa. And good evening to those in India watching. This is ZA6YI running the worldwide DATV Net today. And as usual, we would like to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to have our satellite together with theirs. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL, AMSAT UK, and of course the British Amateur Television Club. And notwithstanding all the software developers that have contributed to making DATV possible for us radio hams. Today, we also want to say hi to Herman Labuskachny. He's watching on YouTube, and I'm sure we'll have a few more on YouTube in a minute. The normal people that always come up. Johan Lehmann, ZS6JPL. Welcome aboard, Johan. And I hope you're going to enjoy the net. Today, we have the following on frequency. We've got Martin, G8KOE, to follow me. Then to Holland, Bert, Papa Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta. Bert to the UK, Mike, G1LWX. Nice to see you again on Mike. And then all the way down to Brazil, a Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. And then up to the Netherlands, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. Benno, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Then down to Worcester in the Cape, where its weather's been rather chaotic. ZS1 Mike. And then back to Holland, Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa, Paul. Hi there, did not test in advance. Well, we'll make sure it works when it does, Paul. Okay, so let me just take this list down again, put the normal stuff on. We shall be passing it to you, Martin. G8KOE to please take it from ZA6 Yankee India.
Good, looks like it's working. Thank you there, Gary. And let's mute the sound this end so I don't have to listen to myself. Until just about, 10-15 seconds ago, I had Ruby the cat sleeping on my hand. So I've now got two hands. So I thought I was going to be struggling a little bit there. I think the first thing I'd like to mention is to thank Tom for the latest version of OpenTuner, which I think is absolutely superb. For those who haven't been following it, it's worth checking it out and downloading it and installing it. Let's go to the screen and go to the... That's it, running on my little system here, which... is now going ballistic, so it's running on the Pico tune at the moment for me, and on the network, and the various new features, and that certainly worth going for. Right, Phil M0PIT, who's been not available for a while, been doing his kitchen, has apologised because it was either join the net or go to a pig roast, and as his kitchen's not been working very well, the pig roast won. So that's where he's disappeared to. Last week, I think it was last week or whenever, Mike sort of suggested that I should put a bag on my let's get that there, my dish feed, which I've since taken his advice, and let's get that on screen, and we have a bag over it. It's not the various supermarkets that he suggested, but it's a grey bag that my wife uses to send things through. It was put on there in a rush. That's what is operating at the moment. It just fits on. It's of reasonably thick quality, but that's what we've been doing. Hopefully I'm getting this. I was getting a few problems on my receive, but it could be my end. Fingers crossed. The other thing I've been playing with is, whilst I had the mast, I decided that I'd put a weather station on the top of the mast because there's so little activity on 2 meters and 70 sems. So that's the one that I've gone for. And that's it sitting up there at the top. Slightly closer shot. And I put a dual band beam down the mast, which is working reasonably well. As I said, there's little activity, and the weather station at the moment is sitting on underground.com, weatherunderground.com, which if anybody wants to look at the weather station, which is here in the UK. Let's see if I can put the link up. I'll put it on the chat, and you're more than welcome to see what's going over here. But yeah, it comes with all the various bits and pieces, and lots of wiggy little charts you can look at. So that's what I've been up to. Right, the bats. Let's go back to me. The bats are still around. I did make a little bit of a recording last night. Get a display still around about 10 o'clock UK time. And they are within feet of the lounge window. I'm still using the SDR Play RSP DX to receive it, but I haven't built my bat detector, which I'm going to build one. And that's probably the next project online. Apart from that, as I wasn't around last week, I was watching the British Grand Prix, and very pleased with the result, but more so there was some really good driving, I think, in the changeable weather conditions that the UK always has. Anyway, it's probably enough on that one. Let's see, I think it's PA3, but takes it. Let's have a look at the list. PA3 A Alpha Oscar Delta, but take it. I'll put a test card and pass it over to you from G8KOE.
Yes, it's me. Hello, test. Yes, it's me. Hello, test. Yeah, okay, this works. Okay, sound and video on my side, so probably by everyone. Okay, thanks, Martin. Yeah, well, the weather conditions is probably nearly the same temperature and the weather at your side than over here, when I look quickly at your chart. Yeah, sometimes raining, then the sun. At the moment it's a little bit of sunshine, but yeah, 5 minutes ago it was again rain. So yeah, what can we do about it? I've been away out of the country for a couple of weeks. Back on Friday, and did a lot of things, cleaned up of stuff, and yeah, that kind of things all. So it's one day tomorrow left for my vacation, my last day, and yeah, on Tuesday back to work again. Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys in Friedrichshafen. Also this guy, let's see if I can put it on. Yeah, maybe you know this guy, you've seen him maybe before. Two of those guys, and yeah, both are in the chat. But anyway, I met Ed over there. Very nice to see him in live. And not only on screen. On screen he's rather flat, and in real life that's more model on it. Yeah, okay, but it was very nice talk to him. And there was also another guy from Brazil, and I spent a lot of time with talking to different persons. Not only Ed, but a few guys from the BATC and yeah, other guys. So yeah, what does it say? It was more a social event than a buying event. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, of course I bought a few things, a couple of relays. Maybe I can show you a few of them. This is yeah, you can see in comparable to my hand the size of it. There's a CX800 that's meant for 23 centimeters. That must be placed on top of at the antenna in the mast. And a couple of other switching relay, coax relays for SMA and also for N. And also discovered a nice antenna for 10 gig. That's I don't know if it is in size. It's a slot antenna for 10 gig, 3 centimeters. It's approximately half a meter long or high in this position. But yeah, and a few other things, all smaller things, but yeah. So I've done nothing for the last couple of weeks, just holiday, vacation, and yeah, that ends now tomorrow then. So that's all I have to tell, and that's not much. But I just want to say hello, I'm still alive. So, see who is next in line. Oh, I moved the line. Okay, that's back again. To Mike, G1LWX. Take it from Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
To Mike then, G1LWX. If you're not on, we'll send it down to you, Ed, and then between Ed and Benno, if you just give another gap, maybe Mike will slip in then. Papa Yankee 2 Radio November in Brazil from ZA6YI.
Thanks, Gary. Should be playing music, but forgot to enable it. For those who are a little bit visually impaired like me, look at the green fella at the upper right corner of the drawing. All right then, hello everybody, morning, evening. Nice to be again here. Say hello to Gary. Thanks for coordinating the net. Hello to Martin, Bert, Mike, probably gonna be up a little later. Benno, Leon, and Paul. Thank you all guys for joining. Bert, very nice to see. Thanks for sharing the picture. Glad to see you there in Frederikshavn. Yeah. That was a great opportunity to meet in person several people, and I totally agree with you. I mean, for me, it was the first time there in Friedrichshafen, and I really enjoy it. The social interaction is really great. and yeah, I got opportunity to meet several people, and it was really great to be there. You showed some relays and stuff, and the slot antenna that you purchased there. I got very few things. One of the things was this one. Let me see if I can show. Yeah, it's supposedly it's a transverter or something for 10 gigahertz. I'm still trying to dig in some information about this module. I was informed this this little metal box in the middle is something kind of soft filter or something for 70 megahertz for TV transmission or so. But that was I got from there. Also, this not Pluto. Pluto is this one, which seems to be a power amplifier. So we have some circulators here and a double amplifier. So I intend to, I don't know, maybe I can find some information about those modules to work on 10 gigahertz. It's a project. Let's see if I can take some advantage of it somehow. Otherwise, the boxes are pretty nice. What else? Yeah, I took opportunity to visit a few countries in Europe. One of them was one of the objectives was to know EME station HB9 Quebec Hotel Bravo 9 Quebec. For those who are not familiar, EME is Earth is a moon bounce. I had opportunity to make a QSO with HB9Q in 2017 and other years as well. I made them via the moon on 144 2 meters, also on 432 on 70 centimeters. Their station is so powerful that they were able to pick me up. So all merit was for their station. As you gonna be able to see it, I'm gonna pass a few photographs that I took. I went there with Gustavo, Papa Radio 8 Kilo Whiskey. We travel from Zurich to that location of HB9Q. It's about 1 hour travel, and if I can. Yeah, let's see if I can start from the beginning. No, it's not the beginning. I'm always confused this with OBS slide show. It's I don't know how to move from the beginning, but it's rolling on. I mean, I'm gonna switch to the photographs from HB9Q as soon as it moves from the beginning, so you guys can get some sequence coherence there. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, I still need some training on the OBS. Yeah, that's it. So that's the first photo with the team there that received us on HB9Q. This is a general view of their track, so you guys cannot realize many rigs there because mostly is everything SDR as behind the screens. This is for Yagis, LFA Yagis for 6 meters EME. That's the 10-meter dish, solid dish they use for 23 centimeters and up. like 13 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 3 centimeters. So it's a multiple feeder, as you can see there. Also, that's the 15-meter meshed dish. We use it for 144 and 432. So you can see the Yagi set there for 2 meters and 70 centimeters. It's amazing. They were giving some maintenance on the cubicle quad for 10 through 10 meters at the moment we were there. This is another photo from the shack. That's the shack's door where the visitors put their signature, their name. Here is Gustavo, Papa Radio 8 Kilo Whiskey, my companion to the visit of HB9 Quebec. That's myself. And yep. Thanks for the guys, for HB9 Quebec team. Very nice visit, really appreciate. And there is something else for next weekend, so don't miss it. Some photographs from the Friedhafen. Yep, that's it, guys. There is a full movie, 20 minutes movie on YouTube for HB9Q visit. It's about 20 minutes. You can search YouTube with my call sign and you're gonna be able to see there. All right, thanks for watching. Now pass back to Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. How are you, Benno? Nice to see you again. Opportunity to Mike, Golf 1 Lima Whiskey X-Ray. This is Papa Yankee 2 Radio November 7312. Back to you, Benno, with opportunity to Mike.
Okay, right. Well, that was a bit of a palaver. I actually was on the wrong frequency. Don't know why that happened. I've been in the shack for about two hours getting things set up. I've actually been away for 3 months. Been out of the country. Got back 2 weeks ago, and I've been setting everything up here. And then, of course, when it comes to your turn, it doesn't work, does it? Well, it did work. It was just on the wrong frequency. I don't know why that happened, but apologies anyway. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Hello to all the listeners and watchers. Yeah. All very interesting. I don't really know what's been going on, why I've been away, but I know the weather, why I've been away, has been very warm where I've been, but since I've been back, of course, it hasn't stopped raining here. But, if this is global warming, I think we need a bit more in the UK. It's terrible. Yeah, okay. Martin on the weather station. A friend of mine's got one, and I considered getting one until I saw how much he paid for it. So I didn't bother. I've had a bit of expense since I come back. I've had to have a new central heating boiler. It packed in, so I'm a bit short of the readies at the moment. Yeah. Oh, Ed, the moon bounce. Well, I'll tell you something. That's certainly impressive, isn't it? I'm very interested in moon bounce. I've never actually tried it, but that setup there, it's incredible, isn't it? I think I would only be playing at it if I tried to do it. but certainly impressive. I picked one of these up. It's a little spectrum analyzer. You probably know what it is, and it's just monitoring the signal at the moment. Very good. I've compared it with my Hewlett Packard, and it's quite good actually. It's not bad at all for the price. You know, it goes up to 5.6 gig. It can actually go a bit higher, but yeah, it's another toy to play with. Anyway, right, it's the usual thing for me on Sunday now. As you probably know, anybody what watches regular, it's just one over from me, and then I have to shoot off to pick my wife up. So let's just have a look who's to take it. Right, it's Minnow, PA3FBX. Just let's put the test card on, and we don't get told off. Okay, Benno, over to you from Golf 1 Lima Whiskey X-Ray.
Well, I see. It's fun. Locking every time you were slightly on a different frequency as I did. My audio is a bit low in comparison with you. Well, I have no clue. It's either your audio was hard, loud, and mine is low, but at least I have audio. Hi guys. Do I have a camera? Yes, I have. Hi guys. Yeah, I was a little bit off. Well, first comment on what I've seen so far. Bert, you're just back from holiday, I understand. My holiday just is going to start soon, and then I will be off for another month or so. So more about that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to Friedrichshafen, but it's on my agenda for next year. Unfortunately, well, this time of year is always very busy for me. But next year I put it in an agenda and put it up to for the idea of seeing what's all about, and also taking along some parts for the BATC, because I understand they are planning a stand by then, but we have to wait for another year or so. I was quite a bit off, very busy, lots of things on Sunday afternoon. Not to mention Formula 1, but many other things. And so there's always something on Sunday the last few weeks. And next week I will be in Belgium, and probably behind a tree somewhere. So won't be able to be on the satellite. We'll try something on the narrowband, but I guess the wideband would be too ambitious. And the week after that I will be at home, and would be the last opportunity to be on the net for the next 4 weeks, because the week after that I will be at the CAT in England, CAT 24. So many things on the agenda. I will be traveling towards throughout England for 2-3 weeks, ending up by the end of August somewhere in Germany. But I am planning to bring with me my QO-100 portable station, and I might be able to put some small signal on the DATV. At least I will try, but well, we have to test that. I'm capable in running about 90 to 100 watts, but only running with 80 centimeter dish, so I don't think that's a big signal on the set, on the wideband signal. Okay, and well, playing the last few days with the software from Tom, marvelous open tuner, and the new idea of, I think, Martin didn't mention that, but certainly he knows because he's using it. A new DATV reporter system, and as Tom is on the chat but not on the list yet, I think I will mow some grass there and do a quick show. DATV reporters online, and you can see at the moment 4 stations listening. Actually, I switched off mine, and it is doing just what it says. It's reporting that just now G8 KOE is receiving my signal with a D5, D4.9, as well as Tom does receive me, as well as many other stations are receiving me. So that's the idea, and it works expectedly, but I still have a few issues with the open tuner because mine is locking up, running with a Pico tuner, and it runs over an hour or so, and then it locks up and it's doing nothing anymore. I have to restart, and then it's running for another hour, and that happens to me every now and then. I wasn't here in my shack yesterday when it ran and it locked up. I was here during this previous hour, and it locked up again, but I was also playing on my system. So that is what it's all about. It runs pretty smooth, and but I also have many problem messages from my own signal. Tom, if you're listening, if you're watching, and also from many other stations, I got a lot of this kind of messages. As you can see, it's running on and on. So I'm not sure if it's my transmission, or because I know Martin is also using the same DATV Red. I'm running a my hardware encoder at the moment. Well, that's it for now. Passing it on to South Africa. Mike G6, Zulu Sierra 1, Mike Leon. Passing it on to you, leaving my test card from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. Thanks, Tom.
Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, sounds like it. Right, good morning, good afternoon and good evening to everybody on the net, and the listeners and watchers and streamers from ZS1 Mike in Worcester, where it's still cold. It was raining a few minutes ago again. We have a new layer of snow, because most of the last batch rained off. And yeah, I was supposed to go to work tomorrow, but I cannot, because if you look closely, it says that the water is still 12 centimeters deep at the bridge where I have to cross between Bredasdorp and Arniston, where the work is. So I'll maybe get to Bredasdorp from Worcester, although the red bridge was yesterday, it was still closed. I don't know whether it's open today. But yeah, some youngster put up this telemetry thingy there at the bridge. And yeah, 12 centimeters water, they won't allow you through. Right, so I'm still here in Worcester, enjoying my retirement, but yes, there's a lot of work to be done at the work. And the only guy left in the telemetry department hurt his back, and as he said to me, he doesn't think he's ever going back to work, because he was going to retire in August, but he's not even going to make that. And that's trying to shift the dining room table. He twisted and hurt his back very badly, apparently. He's on crutches at the moment. Okay, anyway. Right, Martin. Okay, Gary is always perfect. Nothing to say about him. Martin, your station is so perfect, but you've done something to your microphone. You have a boomy echo. Not gross, but it's there. I don't think it was there. It's very basic. And the mounting is bad, because whatever you do on the desktop, on the table, it goes going, going, going on the audio. It wasn't like that before, so I don't know what you've changed. Otherwise, everything is perfect. Right, Bert. Yeah, nice pictures there. From the EME. No, you had Bert, that's Friedrichshafen stuff. Oh yeah, the relays and the stuff, and that antenna, that slotted antenna. That reminds me, I have some radar scanners that I want to dump, but they are slotted radiator scanners, and that looks identical to what you've got there. It's just longer. And before I dump them, I must take out those slotted antennas in the because it's X-band. It's ideal for 10 gigs. Right, Mike, if you're still listening, that spectrum analyzer, that little portable one, that's the first one that I've ever seen working perfectly, and I'm very, very interested in getting one. If you could perhaps let us know how and where one can look for that particular model, because that thing just works, and that's what it should do. Like my big spectrum analyzer, you switch it on and it works. But I have other of those tiny ones. No, it gives double images and echoes and all sorts of rubbish, and you've got to nurse it. That one looks pretty good. So please, if you can just put it up somewhere, our one can get that. And Ed, the EME pics, yeah, that's nice. Hey, nice stuff. I've done EME from the work. With very low power, with I think it was 10 watts and a 15-foot dish, and they received me at the square kilometer array. Very slow CW, they said I must send, because their resolution is very slow. Anyway, and Benno showed us the DATV reporter. I didn't even know of the existence. It looks pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. So that's about it from me. I'm rather busy here, doing all sorts of electrical thingies, changing my temporary workbench here. I'm fed up with all the cables and stuff lying on the floor, so I went to the local shop just now and bought a lot of multi-plugs, and I'm going to screw them to the table so I don't have any wires on the floor. So that's it from me. Let's see if Paul is there. Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa and the group from ZS1 Mike.
Test audio. Hallo, test audio. Test audio. Yeah, it works. That's great. That's a first step at least. And now the image, as stated, I did not test in advance, but it's gonna work, hopefully. Okay, that's me. I hope that one is good too. Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Being present in the net and also watching, and that means I want to say hi to Gary. Thanks a lot, Gary, for leading the net. Yeah, I see a lot of usual suspects, meaning Martin, Bert, back from holidays. Mike, you were new to me. So this is a first. This is Paul from the Netherlands, quite near to the city of Amsterdam, near the North Sea coast. That is where I'm located. And I want to say hi to Ed, to Benno, of course, and to Leon. Leon, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm behind you, since you are always most critical. But actually that's good, isn't it? Because you can learn a lot of your comments. Oh, it's Sunday here. At the moment there is a bit of sun, but I'll come back later to that. And the outside temperature is about 20 degrees. I did not have a look at the thermometer. That's a word which I can't pronounce. But it must be around 20 degrees. Well, actually, you missed me for some weeks for several reasons, but one of the reasons was that I had a short holiday trip in Drenthe. We do have an old camper van, and we went there. Well, at least I can mention one positive fact. I saw Bert at home. I was able to visit Bert in the shack. That was really great. We drank a cup of tea, and then we went on, of course. But furthermore, we had a lot of rain, and you have even seen that, because I sent a short movie to Gary, and he did show it in the net, I heard later. That's great. Yeah. And furthermore, I did a lot of do-it-yourself work, for example, as being an electrician. Okay, but that work is done. That's good. Yeah, and I wanted to say hi again. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, talking about the weather. During this short holiday trip, we had a lot of rain, but since then we also had a lot of rain. So looking at the weather conditions at the moment, it's completely different compared to last year. Last year it really was hot, but this year we have a lot of rain. Of course there is some sunshine in between sometimes, and today there's even a lot of wind. So actually, although it's mid-July, we've got no summer. At least that is my high level conclusion. Well, looking back at the previous transmissions, Bert, it is really nice that you have been able to meet Ed. But I could also say it contrary, Ed. It is really beautiful that you were able to meet Bert in Germany. I was a bit puzzled because it's quite a trip for you from Brazil to Germany. Did you do that only to visit Germany and the other radio amateur activities like the one with the EME station in Switzerland, or did you also do other things during your trip, Ed? But okay. We will hear that later. It did remind me to the fact that during the visit, actually on, no, it was not on the same date, but a few days after I met Bert in Drenthe, I did visit the Dwingelo telescope. It's one of the oldest telescope, perhaps even the oldest telescope. Which was built there in 1954. It's 25 meters, and nowadays it's also being used by radio amateurs to do EME. Well, with such a large dish, it won't be difficult to do EME communications, but it was really, really nice to see that. Well, Benno, listened at you. I wish you nice holidays now already, since I understood that you will be leaving quite soon. And you did show DATV Reporter. I also saw it myself. So it works. I did not read anything. I only saw the link in the web chat, and I thought, let's give it a try, and it works. That is great, but the question was, how do I contribute? But it might be that it is related to the latest version of OpenTuner, and I'm not running the latest version yet. But please don't comment it, because I have to read. I'm well aware. And Leon, astonishing that you've got snow. Yeah, of course, it is possible, and the water at the Breda Bridge prevents you to going to work. Being retired, going to work, that is really interesting. Well, sometimes I have the opinion that the same is applicable to me. Well, yesterday I did join a repair cafe. I do not know whether the rest of the community here is familiar to that concept. But basically, looking at all kinds of modern equipment, it is built to fail. It's designed to fail, as a radio amateur told it this morning. And actually that is true. But what we try at this repair cafe, that is to repair with a lot of people all the stuff that is brought in. I do have some pictures. It gives you, I think, an overview how it looks like. It's an amateur thing, of course, but it makes a lot of fun, not only for, let's say, the fact of repairing stuff, but also the social contacts that we do have. I give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'll be back, and then we skip that to the next time. I give it a try. Here it comes. I try to check myself whether, there is an image. Well, that is great. So the first step is there. That's good. So we do it in the library of Castricum. And mostly it is done on Saturdays. Well, this is just, let's say, a announcement from January. But yesterday we had a cafe again. When people, our customers, come in, they get in contact with some ladies. They will receive you. People have to tell what's wrong with the stuff that is brought in, and have to sign a paper, because we don't want to take responsibility, of course, for eventual mistakes and failures that we do make. And once that's done, they have to stand in a row, or have to sit in a row, just waiting for let's say, someone who's available to repair the stuff. It's important to mention that not only, let's say, adults come in, but also a lot of children, and you will see that later on in the photographs. This is an overview of, let's say, people repairing, including myself this time, I see, somewhere in the middle. And at the other side of the table you see the customers sitting there, because Basically, it's not only a matter of that we try to repair. No, we would like to support the idea that people themselves try to repair stuff. So there is also an educational aspect behind it, and that's what we are doing. But yeah, for me, the social part of the concept is also nice. By the way, I'm organizing this in Castricum. Okay, I'm just showing some images. Here, someone is repairing a blanket, an electric blanket. Yeah, and people bring in all kind of stuff. That's what you can see in the right. Somebody brought in a compressor here. And actually, we are able to repair about 50% or even more than 50% of all the stuff that is brought in. As stated, a lot of children step in. This is an example here with railway equipment and all kind of, let's say, artificial pads which are brought in. We try to repair basically everything, and that makes a lot of fun. Also for the children, as what you can see. A baking machine was brought in. Well, the major part of all the stuff that is brought in are things like vacuum cleaners, indeed baking machines and heaters and yeah. So everything. Oh, coffee machines. Oh, coffee machines. It's terrible. Well, many times also somebody is available to do 3D printing. So if a plastic particle is missing or is failing, we try to print it again, and that is really helpful. Oh yeah, oh no, that's me. That's terrible, as what you can see. But I try to repair a small heater here. It's a Chinese one. Well, this is rubbish, so I wasn't able to repair it. Doesn't matter. Vacuum cleaners, as what I said, they are brought in, yeah, in bulk, one can say. And that is also related to this quality level designed to fail. TV screens, well, you see it, everything is brought in. We also pay attention to yeah, electrical security once in a while. So the team sits together and I do some presentations on security. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's also interesting what we are doing in parallel. We also advise people how to improve isolation of their house, what can be done and what can be gained with things like heat pumps and so. So also a lot of information is provided to the people that visit us. And let's say also an important social aspect, of course, and that is, let's say, after the moment at which we did the repairing, we do some drinking together. So yeah, actually, it makes a lot of fun. That's what I shared. What do I have to mention furthermore? Well, it is the intention to go for holidays again to Austria. Well, that still takes 4 or 5 weeks. I don't know precisely when we go there. But I try to build a new PA, which I take for traveling. It's not the first time that I am QRV from Austria, but I want to make it myself a bit easier by having the, let's say, the equipment available. So the PA I'm working on, it should provide an output of about 40 watts. Actually, I did measure that, and it does provide 40 watts of output power, but now it has to be built in an enclosure and so on. Well, you know these kind of things. Basically, that's it in this round. Looking at the list, I was last on the list, that is clear, because I entered the room about at the moment at which Gary started the meeting. So I hand over to Gary now. Gary, please take the camera and take the microphone. From Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay, that was very, very interesting, Paul. That was a worthwhile. That was very, very interesting. Now, why doesn't this thing shut up? No, that was really a great over from you, and well done. You always come with something new, something fresh. So that was good. I just want to see who's on the net on YouTube. It will be Johan, I said, ZD6JPL. Herman Labuskachny, he's watching. Peter Rudolph, hello Peter, DK3 Zulu Fox. And Regina, always on, DG5 Fox Mike. And of course, Gunther, hello Gunther, Delta 8 Golf Whiskey. The last three all from Germany. But fantastic. I came across something very interesting a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago almost. There's an old guy. He's turning 89 shortly, and he plays the keyboard and organ. He must have been in an orchestra in his youth, or maybe throughout his life. But this guy is brilliant. He reads all sorts of music, and he plays off the music, and he does it on a Sunday afternoons, just after our net, sometimes a bit later. And he has a ball. Anyway, he's been bothered with a bit of internet connection, etc. He lives in the UK. And he had a youngster that sorted out his microphone and stuff, and it really did well. They did a quick test on Wednesday, and of course I'm following him, so it pops up on my screen that the chap's on. His name's Lionel Layton. Lionel Layton. Anyway, while they were testing the microphone, he happened to say to the chap, "Do you know I'm actually a licensed radio amateur?" Well, you could have knocked me down with a silk handkerchief, because I've often wondered where he lives in the UK. And so he gave his call sign, which I, of course, now jotted down. It's Golf 6 Hotel X-Ray Whiskey. Golf 6 Hotel X-Ray Whiskey, Lionel Layton, Leighton. I presume I'm pronouncing that correctly. And he lives in Worthing. So I think that's the south coast of England. Anyway, so if you guys have a chance, I did send him a 73DEZ6YI. He came back with a thumbs up. And I thought this old guy is quite remarkable. He's on YouTube and he's doing it all himself. I never knew he's a radio ham. No wonder. So I'm plugging him a bit. So maybe later on this evening or so, you can go on YouTube and you just dial in Lionel Layton, and he plays the keyboard and the organ and stuff. And it's all old tunes and things. Is fantastic, really. He is fantastic. And he has a ball, and everybody has a ball watching it. So if you get a bit of time to do that. Then not very much else interesting from my side. I was hoping that Leon would have had something more on the camera. I sent him down the camera I was testing last week. He has ordered two, but they'll only come in the end of August, I think. So I said, look, use mine, because he wants to play with lenses, and he's been having a bit of fun. But he hasn't received it yet because of the floods. It should have arrived on Thursday. I believe it'll only arrive tomorrow, because the guys just couldn't get through. So it's been a bit of a mess. Anyway, I'm glad you guys have had all good holidays. My daughter's just gone on holiday with little William. Her husband's too busy at work, so they've gone to Disneyland. And I think they're coming back tomorrow. And lovely, lovely video she sent. And then my little grandson said, you know, Grandpa, I'm going to Sicily at the end of August. So he's really a world traveler, because he every, say, 3 or 4 months he comes to South Africa. So we have a lot of fun. Anyway, but other than that, I've been extremely busy at the salt mine, or the work. We call it a salt mine, with this big BMW contract. And I've also got big mining stuff. So it's been heck of a busy. Oh my goodness, we haven't known where to move. Sorry, that's just a 2-meter guys coming up. Right, with that, Martin, you can just up your audio a bit if you don't mind. And also, Benno, your audio is a little bit low. Lovely quality, but just a bit low. Right, so we'll make this the next, this overcoming will be the final one. G8KOE to please take it from ZS6 Yankee India.
Right, I've got up my audio, have I? I've made some changes this end, so I thought, yeah, because I was getting lots of, I can turn the mic thing, but I think Leon was saying that it was picking up too much nasties, but nasties and things like that as I bashed the table. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. See how we go. It doesn't sound too bad coming back to me, but I haven't got the ears of Leon, but I did have something else possibly turned up that might have been feeding back in. Anyway, let's turn that down. I did update OBS for those that haven't or didn't, and it may have been tied up with settings that I haven't got quite right in there. So OBS looks almost the same, but slightly different. Let's go to a screen grab and go over to there. The most noticeable thing is on the microphone or the audio side of things. It's now in stereo capability, so whether that alters anything, I don't know. But we'll run this session through as it is, and I'll do some tests. I dreaded because the sound sync had changed slightly, and when I worked for Phil earlier, made an adjustment, which I think's about right. And I was expecting Leon to have a go or mention things. You can guarantee that. Right, I didn't mention OpenTuner that much, but yeah, you need to install the link. If you look in the chat, Tom's put a link to the latest download, which has come out today, and that you just set in your call sign location, etc. in there. Not much to put in, and away it goes. I managed to do it, so I'm sure anybody else will be able to. And let's go on to the other screen over there. That's it running, and as you can see, it's there's someone else on. So if I click on, oh, now the station's gone off. Yeah, as you can see, and let's go back to the main screen. Although it's going to get messy because it's going to see a lot of me. Right, let's go back there. Let's put them both on the beak, and then it won't look so crazy. One nicety that you've got is that if you click in there, you can turn on and off the information. You can use the mouse wheel to up and down the volume, and Control and P switches it between that mode and that mode, which I find very useful. So on one screen I've been able to get OBS and OpenTuner. There is information that Tom's put up there, so go and have a look at his all the information he's put there. But it's very stable for me. I'm getting no problems at all there, Benno. It's on the Pico tuner, and it's on Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, network rather. So thoroughly recommend it. Yeah, the weather station. I showed it, but I didn't actually show the what it looks like down the bottom here. That's the display that I've got in the shack. I don't know why I forgot to show that. Probably because I had the cat on my hand just before I started off, and it sort of messed things up a little bit. But that's what's happening in the UK according to my little weather station. But it is, all the data is uploaded, so you can follow it on that link that I put up. Let's go back to there. Yeah, to Bert, every day is a holiday as far as I'm concerned. This dirty word of work. No, it's I had some good times at work actually. What else was I going to replay? Let's talk about. Yeah, PY2 RN Ed there. Yeah, those are great pictures. Thoroughly enjoyed that. You do come up with some interesting bits and pieces there. And yeah, Paul, I wonder what PA you're going to build. You're not going to modify one of those little ones, are you? So thoroughly recommend that. They work exceedingly well modified. One of those would do you a treat. Yeah, I had great fun with that. Oh yeah, J8 HXW, I think it was the call sign in Worthing. Well, I used to live in Worthing, so know Worthing quite well. My father used to be the station sergeant in Worthing, and Phil used to live in the Worthing area. And yeah, I don't recall the name, but a friend of mine runs a repeater down there which I can access via the internet. So I'll have a chat with Roy, WTV, Jet WTV, and see what I can find out. Another good net. Thank you very much. Hopefully the audio hasn't been too bad this time. I don't think I got the noise gate in. I had to put it in a little bit earlier because my wife was on the phone and it tended to pick up the phone. I've tried not to bang the desk. Maybe I was just banging the desk a lot. If it's a problem, I'll have to go back to the boom mic that I had. And yeah, Tudor Paul, that was interesting on refurbing bits and pieces. I bet there's some stories to be told there. But very good indeed. I don't think I'd have the courage to do that. It can all end up in tears. Anyway, so another thank you to Tom for his bit of software. It is working exceptionally well for me. So no complaints there. Right. Actually, to take it next, he says, is everybody still in? It'll be Bert taking it, wouldn't it? Yes, the one that has to wait until he can go on holiday. I'll put up a test card, then it's around to you there, Bert, from Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo.
Yeah, okay, thanks Martin. Let's see. That's my own audio close. Sure. Yeah, okay, all thanks for all the information, all the nice things. And yeah, I did see that I've seen more photos from HB9Q, that's a real big station. Yeah, there's a lot of money involved in those antennas and the construction. Let's see what I would. Oh yeah, one time I was triggered. It was something what Leon said about the square kilometer array. The only square kilometer array, well known as the SKA, is for radio astronomy in South Africa. That's the only thing I know, because my daily job is radio astronomy. So I was a little bit triggered. So was it that station you meant, Leon, or was something else? Maybe I misunderstood that. But yeah, I was triggered by the SKA. Okay, so everybody have a nice week. See you next time. And now the microphone then to Mike. Hopefully he is now in. G1 LWX from Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Mike said he has to go, so he's on his way. If you can take it, Ed, Papa Yankee 2 Radio November from ZA6YI, and Owan's watching. Hello, Owan. He says he likes the light in my shack. All right. He's been so busy with the new baby. All his time is spent that way, which is the right way. So to you, please, Ed, Papa Yankee 2 Radio November, ZA6YI.
Okay, Roger, Roger. Have some QRM from the dogs, neighbors' dogs, but I believe you guys can hear me. Okay, another fantastic net, really nice to see you all guys. Thanks Martin for showing details regarding the DATV Red. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm using DATV Red, although I'm not exploring it too much, but works flawlessly for me here. Very nice. Also, Bert, once again, was great seeing you there at Friedrichshafen. Yeah, who knows, Benno, next year we can meet there. I don't think so, but for me, but anyways, it would be great to see all you guys. I saw very few people for the DATV. I met with Bert, Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta, also Zvika, Zulu Victor 1. I forgot Zvika's call sign. That a long time doesn't show up here on the net, but was great meeting with him. What else? Paul mentioned about my trip to Europe. Yeah, actually that was started in Switzerland, Zurich. First part when I went to see HB9Q. Then Friedrichshafen. After Friedrichshafen, the plan would be go to Italy, Milan, but some problems with the roads there, I don't know, flood or something. The trip from Friedrichshafen to Milan, Italy was taking almost 7 hours, and we just changed the plan, so we went to Freiburg. Freiburg is a city in Germany where DD1 US is the mayor there. But we went to Freiburg, and after Freiburg we also spent a day in Colmar in France. Then back to Zurich, and then to Lisbon in Portugal. So it's quite a nice trip. Was really nice, and quite nice. Glad to know that you knew Papa India 9 Charlie Alpha Mike, PI9 CAM. I don't think I do have any QSO with those guys. I don't remember PI9 CAM, but it's another great EME station and to know there in the Netherlands. It would be great to know that station as well. It's great. All right, very nice, guys. QSL Gary, but Lionel, I try to find his videos on YouTube. Thanks for the tip. And hello to Lionel if he's watching, and also hello to everybody that's watching. Também abraço aí a todos aí da língua portuguesa aí do Brasil e Portugal que talvez estejam nos vendo em 73. And that was a little Portuguese salutation, okay? Well, thanks all. Hey, Leon, maybe I can count on your expertise to try to help me find out more information about that 10 gigahertz, supposedly 10 gigahertz modules that I bring from Friedrichshafen. Maybe I can send you a picture, and you may give your thoughts about that, Leon. But that's fine, thank you, I appreciate. So I sending back to Beno. I hope you enjoy your vacations, Beno. Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. This is Papa Yankee 2 Radio November signing off, and thank you everybody.
Yeah, let's see if my audio is a little bit stronger. Yeah, let's see. I think so. I'm always a bit far from the microphone, so I don't over speak too much, and I can turn my head every way, because you have to control OBS and then watch on the different monitors and things like that. But I upped it 3 dB, Gary, so I hope it's just enough for your likings. Actually last year I went to Friedrichshafen, but apparently that was in Denmark. Hi. I activated a square over there with a nice pile up. Friedrichshafen, which is on the shore in Denmark, approximately 100 kilometers northwest of Copenhagen. And just before I went to Sweden, I did a nice pile up there at Friedrichshafen. But apparently that's a different Friedrichshafen for you guys. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The ham exhibition at Friedrichshafen is well known in this area as well. A lot of stations, a lot of people from here are traveling over to Friedrichshafen, despite being still 800 something kilometers, maybe a little bit up close to 900 kilometers. But a lot of people are traveling there, making a nice weekend, and I think I have to go there next year. I'm like I said, I'm normally quite busy at that time of year, and don't spend the time, because you can only do 1 or 2 things right at the same weekend or same time period. And EME, actually I was at Dwingelo together with Bert a year ago in May for activating a anniversary station. Went on this net from that satellite dish, the 35-meter dish, and I know they do a lot of EME there. I don't think they they do a lot of EME station there, and I think EME is always at a difficult time for me, because normally it's during the time the moon is up, and I tend to sleep at that time. Anyway, 73's all. See you probably in 2 weeks, hopefully. And Tom, thanks for the hard work, a lot of work you did over the last week or so. And yes, I see a lot of differences. I actually changed my station, my encoder, and now I don't see too much problems running onto my signal. So apparently the encoding is still a thing where you can improve your signal but that's something we already know. Yeah, it's still complaining about a lot of POC errors, despite me being to a different encoder, coding now software encoder on the DATV Red. Yeah, I'm not sure if Leon sees the chat. If Leon doesn't follows the chat, Leon, Mike actually put a link for this tiny essay on the chat for you. And I don't think there's nothing more to mention besides saying greetings 73s, have a good week from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, passing it on to you Mike Leon, ZS1 Mike from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, and I have to look on my other screen again to switch back to my test card. Bye bye. This year.
Okay. Thanks, Beno. Yeah, okay, and thanks for telling me that I must look on the chat for Mike's response. Thanks, Mike, if you are still listening. Yes. Okay, Martin, your bumping noise was gone, but you still have a little bit too much bass. That you've got the room acoustics there, which resonates at about 150 cycles, and that's really if you can just turn down the bass a little bit, but otherwise it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's got nice presence, crisp, very nice. Okay, okay, Mike, the speaker analyzer, Ed. When I heard those dogs, I got out my music angel. I had a problem with this neighbor with dogs. Any time of the day and night, 2 o'clock at night, he would have his dogs, those little ones. This is 2 o'clock in the morning because you don't hear any birds. This is a daytime recording. You can hear the birds now. And it goes on and on and on. And I reported it to the law enforcement authorities or whatever. And in the end, they made a court case against him. And they asked me to attend as well. And I took this with me. And when I said to them, yeah, shall I play? No, you've already emailed us the files. We know all about it. And I won the court case. He had to get rid of them. He had 7 dogs, 3 big ones, which is already illegal. You're only allowed to have 2 dogs. With special permission, with a permit, you can have more than 2 dogs. Anyway, so I said, the big dogs, no problem. They're quiet. But those little thingies that he breeds with, he has a minimum of 4, and when there's babies, of course, there's lots more, and they carry on with that freaking noise. Oh, it nearly drove me around the bend. Anyway, it's gone now. But because he lied to me, I got my land surveyor friend to come and do a bit of aerial photography here and survey his property. My goodness. Then the municipality came down on him. It's costing him thousands. And I've got a map here that the municipality sent me of everything that he has to break down. Carports, dog kennels, and all sorts of buildings, illegal buildings he has on his plot, in his yard. He has to demolish all of that. So he's furious. Said, yeah, don't lie to me. That's why I really took you to the cleaners. Okay, yeah, that repair cafe of Paul is excellent. That's that'll keep you busy, right? Okay, so I'm gonna have a look on the chat for Mike's link to that thing. That looks like a nice little instrument. Okay, gents, thanks for the nice QSOs, and we'll see you around next time. Hopefully I'm here. I don't know, maybe I get stuck once I'm across the river. If there's more rain, then I won't be able to get back. Then I'll have to stay in Bredasdorp. Anyway, so that's it from me. I say 73s. I'll watch till the end, but I must carry on with my electrical business now. ZS, no, not ZS. Papa Echo 1, Alpha Victor Papa, for the group from ZS 1MM saying 73s.
Okay, let's wait for the picture, see whether it works. Unbelievable, it seems to work again. Yeah, second round. First of all, Gary, thanks for mentioning the name of Lionel Layton. So after this net, I will have a look at it. And I also learn that you in South Africa and in Brazil, you travel a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant to do that, if you don't mind. Yeah, Martin, you did not say anything about the latest election results in England, but yeah, that's a totally other subject, of course. I had a look at your Ushiko weather station, looks great, and you raised the question, what PA? Perhaps I can show it shortly, because I also should have a shaky cam. Just a moment. And if I'm doing that, oh dear. Don't look at the mess. Aha. Actually, this is what it is gonna be. As what you can see, 2 power supplies. Oh, something went wrong, I think. Yeah, something went wrong. I don't see myself anymore. So I try to do it again.
Cam, we could get a good view of the power supply and the amp. So I don't know, maybe it's just your monitor, but we copied that perfectly. So you don't have a problem that side.
Sorry guys, something went wrong. I don't know precisely what went wrong, but these things can happen, I think. Yeah, I see myself again, and even I see the shaky cam now. That's interesting, so I give it a try again. I'm still alone, so I'm allowed to do this. Let's see whether it works. Yeah, this is what I intended to show. Don't have a look at the enormous mess at the bench, because it is there. So this is what I intend to make. In the middle you see the power amplifier. It will be delivering 40 watts and two meanwhile power supplies on each side. And you had a look at the fan, which I intend to install, and yeah, the intention is to bring this setup to Austria. I'll switch back to the middle camera, such that you can see me again. I do not know what happens here, but if I switch cameras I can't see myself anymore. I'm gonna check myself in another way, if you don't mind. Am I still there? That's interesting. For some reason it is just my mini tuner that fails when I switch the camera, and I do not understand it. Okay, I see that I'm still on air, and that is the most important thing. That will be investigated later. Okay. Yeah. Bert and Ed, you were talking about Germany, and that you visited the site there, but yeah, the question which I still had: did you see really new things in the Ham area? But well, of course, I already saw some short movies on the wideband transponder, but yeah, I did not really see new things. Yeah, and that's a bit a pity then. Okay, and then as you raised the question about the Dutch EME station, I know about the station. I do even have information about it, but I simply have to search, and that is what I will do. Leon, your docs also sound nice, and you even brought it to court, which is interesting. And your statement was, I took it to the cleaners. That is a new statement for me. I do not even know whether it's English, but it did sound well. Well, thanks all for your patience this time. Thanks all for this excellent net. Have a nice week. And I also will be signing off. This was Papa Echo #1 Alpha Victor Papa. Bye bye.
Okay, very, very good indeed, Paul. Yeah, Paul, I was going to mention, it's an excellent idea you have with that repair group in the library, but you guys have got it waxed. I'm telling you, if I had pretty girls like that receiving the customers, I'll be there every week with something else to be repaired for sure. But yeah, a wide range of different things and cross-pollination of ideas and knowledges. Yeah, that's a very, very good idea indeed. I think mostly these days, people just turf it out. They don't repair much. They just throw it out. That's the modern world. Right. With that, I'm going to close the net. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to all our YouTube friends. And yeah, you can go and look at Eddie Layton's YouTube channel, and you can maybe just mark it as follow. And then when he comes up, because he doesn't come up at any given time, he comes up on a Sunday. It can vary from between 5 and 7 o'clock, depending how he battles to get his internet going. But he is a radio amateur, G6HXW, Golf 6 Hotel X-Ray Whiskey. So it'll be good to give him a comment and a like or something. Help the old guy. Right, with that, I'm closing the net. We see you next week, all being all well. And travel safely and keep warm down there, Leon. Please shut the door so we don't get that cold air. Asseblief, man, just lock it so we don't get that cold, terribly cold wind from your part of the world. This is ZS6YI, but in everyone on frequency. A happy day, happy week. We see each other next week. Cheers all.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. This is ZS1MM. Benno, no, it was Ed. Ed, sure. You can send me pictures of the 10 gig stuff, and I can have a look. Sure, I'll help you where I can. And then somebody asked about the SKA. Yeah, that is the square kilometer array. They actually contacted the work and said, asked, can the work transmit something up to the moon? And well, the work doesn't really transmit, we receive. But then they asked me, can you do something? So I said, yeah, okay, I'll do something. And I rigged up a 1.2 gig transmitter, and I used one of the 15-foot telemetry dishes, and we drove that with a computer with a slaving system to follow the moon exactly. And in a little PIC micro, I just put my call sign, programmed it in there, because they said that their integration time at the SKA is very, very slow. A dot must not be long or shorter than 1 second. So imagine ZS1MM sent with 1 second dots and 3 second dashes. It takes a while. I've actually still got the little PIC here, and some graphs and stuff that they sent me back, how they received it. But yes, so they received me quite well. I think it was 10 watts that I used. I still have the amplifier here somewhere on 1.2 gigs, 1296 or somewhere we worked. Okay, I just forgot to mention that. So cheers everybody from ZS1 Mike.
Hey, Leon. Yeah, this is interessant. You'd think with a big array like that, things would be much better. I just want to see if Owen's on. He said he might come on if he can get his camera sorted on this frequency. ZS1 SCI. Is jy dalk op? Ek het nou nie gaan kyk op YouTube nie. ZS1 SCI. ZS6YI.
Hallo. Goeiedag. Dit behoort te werk. 1, 2, 3. Ek kyk net gou. Nee, frek, my klank is heeltemal uit. Laat ek net gou dit uitsorteer. Dan is ek weer terug.
It's not. Ek weet nie of ons gedubbel het nie. Nee, jy het 'n pragtige sein. Video is mooi. Ek like jou jas daar. En is goed om jou te sien op hierdie frekwensie. Ja, maar ek is seker jy gaan gou daai audio regstel. En ja, het was goed om nou die dag van jou te hoor daar. En dat alles nou mooi loop daar. Right, Owen, ek sal dit vir jou los, anders dan gaan jy nie jou audio kan instel. Die ZS1 Sierra Charlie India, ZD6YI.
Laat ons gou kyk. Alright, ons is daar. 1, 2, 3. Nee, wat? My klank is absoluut snaaks is hy. Daar's iets nie lekker met my Pluto nie. Ek gaan hom met restart. It's been a while. So, laat ek gou dit doen. Ja, jy kan my net close. Gary,